Hello everyone, and it's time for my review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So before I start, if you enjoy the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And also, this will contain massive spoilers for the FNAF movie. I urge you to go watch it in theaters or on Peacock before watching this review or any other review. I urge you to watch the movie. It's so good. With all that out of the way, let's get started. The FNAF movie, it blew my expectations away. It was so good. So incredibly good. So indescribably good. It was excellent. It's great. Hey, don't let any naysayers deter you. Come to your own conclusions. If you dislike it, that's okay, but I'm giving my personal thoughts. This movie's amazing. This movie's perfect. This movie has some of the best pacing I've seen in fiction in quite some time. It's so good with the pacing. It never drags. They always feel like it's moving at a brisk pace, but not too fast. It's amazing. It's so good. You have no idea. It is amazing. In terms of criticisms, I have very few, if any. Is it 10 out of 10 in my personal opinion? No. It's really good, though. 10 out of 10 is very difficult to get. You know, for me to rate something 10 out of 10, it has to do a lot. But the point is, the FNAF movie is really, 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 really good. And I will tell you why. So, what makes this movie so great in my personal opinion? Well, let's start at the beginning. We get a scene where the guard before Mike Schmidt is killed by the animatronics at the very start. And then we get a beautiful 8-bit opening. An amazing 8-bit opening. Absolutely stellar. Absolutely amazing. Some of the best stuff I've seen in terms of movie openings in quite some time, as I said before, in regards to the movie being good, but now I'm saying in regards to the opening. So, yeah, really good. It takes a little bit to get to Freddy's, but never too long. Just as you're about to feel like it's dragging along, they get to Freddy's. The first two nights, nothing happens, or very, very little happens. Before this, we meet Steve Raglan. Steve Raglan is going to be very important later, so pay attention to him. So we get to the time between night 2 and night 3, and it begins with a break-in. Now, this break-in, the animatronics of this are usually aware of the difference between William and other people. The reason they kill the robbers in this sequence, at least to my understanding, is because they go overboard in trying to stop them. Also, the cupcake is an AI soul. They have an AI soul, which means they're like the Glamrocks and the Fun Times. The cupcake in this movie is like the Glamrocks and the Fun Time animatronics from the FNAF games. What does that mean? It means they have an AI soul, and that's why they're so wild and aggressive. So, the first burglar gets the gnarliest death, being mauled to death by the ever inscrutable and insane Cupcake. Chica gives the stink eye to Hank, and he gets really spooked. So, the first robber was named Carl, he gets cut by the Cupcake. Hank runs into a closet, gets bashed in by Bonnie. Max's brother tries to get away with some money, but then gets killed by Foxy. And Max herself is bitten in half by Freddy Fazbear. Also, just one little detail, this movie is set in the year 2000. Just thought I'd throw that out there now. So, we get to night 3. Night 3 is where things start happening more so. This is where it begins to be more plot. And as I've said before, and this is pretty cool, once we get to the end of night 3, this movie's pacing, once again, shines. Because Mike and Abby both come to an agreement that, yeah, the animatronics are haunted. And everything's all chill on night 4. The problem is that William is beginning to influence the children and is taking control of them. And is managing to corrupt Golden Freddy into being malevolent. And of course, what does this lead to? The climax. Now, just after this reveal, we get the most shocking plot twist of all. That plot twist is that rather than Mike, Garrett, and Abby being the children of William, as many suspected, although not myself included, I didn't suspect this either. I thought that he wouldn't have any children in this movie timeline. No, he does have a child. Except it's not Mike, Garrett, or Abby. Those aren't his children. Vanessa is William's daughter. Yes, you heard that right. Vanessa is William Afton's daughter. Vanessa Afton is a real thing in the movies. Yep, it's real. It's one of the most shocking plot twists. I urge, if you've gotten this far, you better have watched the movie. Don't blame me for this. I gave a very loud disclaimer at the beginning. Do not watch this video unless you've watched the movie, because that plot twist is so good. Of course, if you're even hearing me say this, it's too late. It's way, way too late. But I'm hoping you took the disclaimer at the beginning, watched the movie, and now you're back here after watching the movie, whoever may be watching this video. So, Golden Freddy kills Aunt Jade, or at the very bare minimum knocks her unconscious, although I think he kills her. That leads us to the final act. Act 3, or the very end of Act 3. So, what transpires here? Well, the animatronics go wild, they go crazy. You see, Abby wants to know what's wrong with Chica. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Cupcake get electrocuted. And Foxy begins to chase Abby, or, hunt Abby down. As if that wasn't bad enough, it's revealed that the animatronics were, in fact, just stalling. They were being controlled, and they were to bring Abby to the one who would do the real dirty work. William Afton in the full spring Bonnie suit. Withered, I should add. So, he beats the crap out of Mike. Mike gets beaten. And he says that he sticks the animatronics on Michael, and it looks like it's the end, but then Vanessa comes in to save Abby. And Abby is able to get the animatronics to free themselves from William's control. And then Chica sends the Cupcake out to attack William. The Cupcake does all the dirty work in this movie, if you're wondering, or at least a good chunk of the dirty work. And then the spring locks fail, and William's guts are bloodied and torn out. It's pretty graphic. It's everything I hoped it would be. It's grotesque, and he puts the mask on while saying, "I always come back." Honest to Lord, I was gasping with joy. The movie is immaculate. The movie is near perfection. The movie's great. Absolutely great. William is dragged to the back room. Well, not to the back room, to the kitchen. He's dragged to somewhere by Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. And that seems like it's it. The movie wraps up with a neat little epilogue where Mike and Abby are together now. Oh, I'm not really sure what Mike's job is. I'm sure he has some sort of fairly stable job. Without Aunt Jane's interference, there won't be as many problems. Mike goes to visit Vanessa in the hospital, and, he talks to her. So Abby asks Mike if they can visit the animatronics, and Mike sort of tacitly says that, who knows what could happen, something like that. Which then leads us to the very, very, very end of the movie, where the spirit possessing Golden Freddy manages to seal William away in, I think, the kitchen. It could be somewhere else. William is left dying in the spring Bonnie suit, and he fully expires at the end. We get a little post-credit scene with Corey X. Kenshin and Balloon Boy, and both before and after that, we get the FNAF 1 song by the Living Tombstone. A slightly remake version, I think, or maybe it's just the original. I don't know. The point is, it could be remake, it could be the original, I don't know. Point is, it's really, 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 really good. We hear the puppet talking at the end of the credits, saying something, It's great. 8.5 to 8.8 out of 10.